Okay, food course at the top. This is really one of the biggest things I want to talk about here today. And I want let's see, how many food corps volunteers please stand up in the room. All right, I'm going to introduce you to these folks. We have Emily Baker. Raise your hand, Emily. We've got Lauren Amato, Liana Bishop, Lyra Lay Nedbauer. I'm sure I mutilated your name. Okay. And Marley Ostemeyer. These folks are all VISTA volunteers in a program that's called Food Corps in Montana. They are strategically placed at 5 different locations around the state this year to get farm to school and farm to college programs going in those communities in the state of Montana. These guys are the best. All right, thank you, women. And they're really fun to go on a very long van ride with. And I was the only one who was carded last night when we went out for beer. I mean, no, only one not carded. That was my point. Right. I'm sorry. Okay. Okay, so the primary objectives of this Food Corps program, and actually it's really important right now that I introduce somebody else. Chrissy McMullen, please stand up. And I know you met Chrissy a little bit earlier. Chrissy, she is actually Ms. Farm to School in Montana. She started the Missoula University of Montana Farm to College program as a graduate student. She basically has written all the grants that have created, she had the idea and then created this whole Food Corps program. She's just very special and you cannot have her. We're keeping her in Montana. Okay, let's see. So the primary objectives of Food Corps is to increase the amount of local food purchased by public institutions, inspire food consciousness among community members and eaters at the institutions, and nurture the next generation of food system leaders. These guys are it. I mean, the energy for local food and farm to school in that van on the way over here was tremendous, and I know these guys are going to be at it for the next 30 years, so I'm very excited that we have them with us. And last year, this is what happened last year, in the second year of the Food Corps, this is now our 3rd year of Food Corps, is it returned $1 million to the Montana economy, reached 3,000 Montanans with educational programs. So it's really making things happen in Montana. The other things with Farm to School that are happening is the Team Nutrition program. I, like Heidi, work with Team Nutrition. She does it in Idaho. I do it in Montana. Team Nutrition is a USDA-funded program. It's basically the nutrition education arm of the school meals program, for those of you that aren't familiar with Team Nutrition. And Farm to School has become a priority in Team Nutrition with USDA, which is really great news. So some of the projects that we're working on in Montana, a school fundraising program. And this is something Heidi has helped me tremendously with that. We've actually met in Washington, D.C. at Team Nutrition meetings before. But we are working on, instead of kids selling world's finest chocolate or wrapping paper or magazines, they're selling Montana local healthy food products. Nutrition education posters featuring Montana foods, very much like what Heidi's doing. And then a statewide farm to school advisory committee where we have folks from the Department of Agriculture, folks from Cisco and FSA and other food distribution companies, and local food service directors all sitting at the table and trying to hammer out how are we going to get these issues that we're facing in Montana with local food solved. Let's see. The other thing is communities. We have farm to school chapters forming in communities, and this is where I get to introduce my other 2 wonderful Montana people that came. Jenny and Carrie, if you could stand up. This is totally a group effort here. That's Carrie Leiter and Jenny Grossenbacher. These are 2 of the premier leaders of Gallatin Valley Farm to School, which is a newly formed farm to school group in Bozeman, Montana that is already up and running, seeking 501c3 status, and really has come together. Jenny works in sustainability issues on a professional level, but also started in the parent organization of her school, really pushing local food issues, and it has just put a tremendous amount of effort into this. So we're seeing great things from the grassroots level. And then school food service directors. My phone rings off the hook, and my colleague Katie's phone rings off the hook constantly with food service directors who are looking to source locally. So it's happening in Montana. And I will end with this. Oh, the problems. You guys know the problems, right? Okay. And this is my favorite quote. It's this is why I am really interested in Farm to School. It's teach children about food, where it comes from, what it is, and how to cook it, and they'll have a much healthier attitude about food and eating. They will know what real food tastes like, will refuse to settle for less, and will stop demanding junk food as daily fare. So that's it. Thanks.